Morbid Facts, Part 525. In 2010, Dr. Jacqueline Koterick tried breaking into her ex-boyfriend's home by climbing down his chimney. 3 days later, a house sitter discovered her decomposing body inside after she apparently died from mechanical asphyxia. In 2008, a woman from China cut off her husband's beaver cleaver with scissors while he was sleeping, after he reportedly brought another woman home and requested a threesome. While the man was recovering from the surgery that reattached it, his wife cut it off again and threw it out the window. In 1989, Montana woman Patricia Meehan was driving on the wrong side of the highway and eventually crashed into another car. She emerged from her vehicle with a confused look on her face before climbing over a fence and staring back at the wreckage. Patricia stood there for a few moments before wandering into the open field behind her and disappearing into the night. Despite hundreds of reported sightings of her in the months that followed, she hasn't been located to this day. Some investigators suspect Patricia suffered from amnesia as a result of head trauma, but the case remains unsolved. Morbid Facts, Part 484. In the middle of a courtroom in 1993, Ellie Nessler fatally shot Daniel Driver 5 times in the head during his trial after he sexually abused her 6-year-old son. She claimed she acted in a moment of rage after learning that Driver might evade justice. Ellie was initially sentenced to 10 years in prison after it was revealed she was high on meth during the shooting, but only ended up serving 3. In 2015, a stray cat named Masha found an abandoned baby inside a box in the freezing cold streets of Russia. She climbed in to keep the baby warm while meowing to get the attention of passers-by, thus saving the baby's life. In 1985, Clive Wearing suffered a severe case of amnesia after a viral infection caused damage to the hippocampus of his brain. Ever since then, his memory only lasts about 20 seconds before completely resetting since his brain is incapable of forming new memories. He spends all day thinking he just woke up from the coma he was in 1985. Clive often gets very frustrated in the middle of conversations and can't even remember what food he's eating by the time it reaches his mouth. When asked what it's like to have this awful condition, Clive replied, "It's exactly the same as being dead. To be dead is easy. You don't do anything at all. I've never been bored or upset. I've never been anything at all. It's exactly the same as death. No dreams." Morbid Facts, Part 354. According to a 2014 investigation, the car that Paul Walker died in had tires that were 9 years old. This likely contributed to Paul's racer friend losing control while driving around a corner at 93 miles per hour. It's a tragic example of why you should always change your tires after 6 years no matter how much they've been used. Roughly 200 people die on cruise ships each year, especially on those that carry a lot of seniors. So most ships have a small morgue on board prepared to store up to 10 bodies. In 2002, 13-year-old hockey fan Brittany Cecil was sitting in the stands of a Blue Jackets game when a deflected puck struck her in the temple, fracturing her skull. She died just 2 days before her birthday and remains the only fan fatality in NHL history. In November of 2021, zipline instructor Joaquin Romero fell to his death after sacrificing himself to save a customer. He had to let go of the zipline because he knew it would be too heavy to hold both he and his client, so he decided that he would be the one to die.